welcome to ThaiPBS English News Service. Tonight you're with me, Rungtip Chotnapalai. Today the global stock markets, including the Stock Exchange of Thailand Index, plunged due to worries over the Greek debt crisis, which has now led to political instability in the country. Investors are concerned that the economic crisis will have a domino effect, leading to problems in other countries in the Eurozone. The Greek debt crisis has raised concerns once again as it has led to political instability in the country. Greece has so far been unable to form coalition government, which means that any progress on addressing Greece's urgent economic crisis is now at risk. Investors and analysts are worried that Greece's economic crisis will have a domino effect, leading to other countries in the Eurozone, such as Spain and Italy, suffering similar problems and unrest. Kasikorn Bank has evaluated the Eurozone vicious circle, pointing out that the slowing economies will lead to lower tax revenue, causing larger budget deficits. Then bond and asset prices will start to fall and bank capital will decrease. Eventually, banks have to reduce risky assets. In case of Greece, that is when the austerity measures should be introduced. The stock markets, the Stock Exchange of Thailand Index plunged today at 13.32 points. And earlier, I spoke with Gopsit Silapachai, head of the capital markets research at Kasikorn Bank, who warns that the Greek debt crisis will take time to resolve and will increasingly affect the tourism and export sectors in Thailand. Here's more.
If Spain folds as well, what does that do for the real economy? First, I think it will impact the financial system, as we have seen in Lehman Brothers and so on and so forth. Even though the person or the company that imported the Thai goods has money to pay, but their funds are in a bank which is undergoing distress. And all of a sudden the authority says, well, people are going to your branches and pulling out all your money. There's a bank run. And then this will impact that the funds transfer from this European country back to Thailand will be very problematic.
Right.
And then therefore this is a repercussion that the Eurozone is a large market. It's actually a larger market than the United States. So once that market starts to undergo austerity, the financial system begins not to work. It begins to stumble. That passes on the repercussions to the global financial markets. That's the first channel. And then the second channel is, of course, I would imagine that, will Greece be the Tunisia of European economics? Are we going to really have that European spring? Because when you look at Tunisia, it didn't stop at only Tunisia. This was a social problem.
Right.
So it went on to Egypt, it went on to Libya, and it went on to Syria, which is still ongoing. I would imagine that it would probably not stop at Greece. So it will continue to unfold because many European countries share the very same characteristic because of maybe the Euro project was not as good as it was thought up to be.
Following the robbery of a Kasikorn Bank cash delivery van in Singapore on March 26, today 2 of the suspects have been arrested and have signed a confession. Meanwhile, the National Deputy Police Chief believes that Police Colonel Pichit Grompasit, who was also involved in the robbery, is still in Thailand. Nirut Pecharat and Ponchai Poonkasem have been arrested by local police in Singapore province to sign a confession after they admitted that they were driving the vehicle that was following the route of the cash delivery van from a PTT gas station in Mueang district of Nakhon Sawan province to Singapore province before stealing 2 million baht in cash from the van when it stopped at Kasikorn Bank at Singapore. The thieves shot at the van in an effort to take the rest of cash, but as the cash delivery van is bulletproof and the thieves decided to head to Nakhon Ratchasima province in the northeast, instead to share out the 2 million baht among themselves in Kamphaeng Phet province. They also revealed that they received 200,000 baht each, while Police Colonel Pichit Grompasit took the rest. Meanwhile, Police General Pansri Prapawat, National Deputy Police Chief, believes that the Police Colonel Pichit Grompasit is still in Thailand and the court has already approved arrest warrants for him. He will be charged with masterminding the 2 million baht van heist. Over 50 former executives of the now defunct Thai Rak Thai Party, who are now returning to the political scene after a 5-year ban at the end of this month, have announced their intention to join the Pheu Thai Party, but confirmed that they will not pressure the Prime Minister to reshuffle the cabinet. Today's gathering of the former executive of now defunct Thai Rak Thai Party, commonly known as the House number 111, involved around 50 members, with Jaturon Chai Sang, former acting Thai Rak Thai leader, assuming the role of chairman. Not all members of the House number 111 who are in the Machima or Phum Chai Thai parties, factions including Somsak Thepsutin and Nevin Chitchop, did not attend the meeting, following much resistance from within the Pheu Thai Party. Vichit Plangsi Sakun, Secretary General of the 111 Thai Rak Thai Foundation, confirmed that the former executives in attendance today discussed their intention to join the Pheu Thai Party to help out with the party's political activities. The members are not seeking to gain political positions and are not pushing for a cabinet reshuffle. Vichit also shot down rumors about Thaksin Shinawat's displeasure over the alleged attempts by the House number 111 group seeking a cabinet reshuffle. With respect to party restructuring, Pheu Thai leader Yongyut Vichaydit says that the party will be divided into 5 regions and 19 zones. The incumbent ministers will then take responsibility for each area so as to develop a more intimate tie with the locals. Meanwhile, a credible source observed that the restructuring of the Pheu Thai Party will be done to pave way for additional members from the House number 111 grouping. However, factions within the party might occur as they did during the life of the Thai Rak Thai Party. The source said that Pheu Thai executives should closely monitor the situation to forestall big investors from establishing a foothold and bargaining power for future ministerial portfolios. In the government proposed bill of the 2013 Fiscal Budget, the Education Ministry, the Central Budget, the Interior Ministry and the funds and working capital are to receive the most funding. Meanwhile, Jalon Chankomon, Deputy House Speaker, points out that the budget allocation is in line with the government's policy focus, particularly on education and public health. The government's bills on the 2013 fiscal budget will be debated in the House of Representatives for 3 days, from May 21st to May 23rd. The government and the opposition have been allocated the 13 hours each to state their respective positions on the bill. But despite the equal time allocation, the opposition believes that its deliberations will be land on deaf ears as the government holds an absolute majority in the House. On the other hand, Deputy House Speaker Jalon Chankomon, also a Pheu Thai MP for Chayapum Province, stressed that he wants to see the debate focus on the details of the bill, which prioritizes the government's policy focus, especially in the areas of education and public health. The Cabinet has proposed a 2013 fiscal budget expenditure of 2.4 trillion baht, up by 20 billion baht, or 8% from the 2012 fiscal budget. The Ministry of Education received the most funding at 460 billion baht, followed by the central budget at 313 billion baht. Over top recipients include the Ministries of Interior, the Government's Projects Fund, which includes Village Fund among others, the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Finance, the Office of the Prime Minister, the Ministry of the Transport, and the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives. If analyzed in terms of government-stated strategic plan, education, morals, ethics, quality of life, and social quality receive the highest portions at about 625 billion baht. Other strategies to be heavily funded encompass development of a balanced social foundation, strategic management of the country, and maintaining stable and sustainable economic growth. As signatories to the Moscow Declaration on Road Safety, the WHO The UN and about 70 ministers from countries around the world, including Thailand, are calling for a decade of action on road safety. Thailand's Ministry of Transport is to step up road safety measures, and the Department of Highways has been assigned to study road accident data to locate accident black spots on the country's roads so that high-quality roadway safety equipment like a crash cushions can be installed. Here's more from Kun Kankorn Raktham.
Last year, the government put road safety on the national agenda as road accidents across the country are a leading cause of unnecessary injuries and death, as well as extensive damage to property. The main purpose of the Moscow Declaration is to reduce the road accident toll by at least 50%. The Department of Highways has been studying road accident data for about 12 months already to identify where accidents are occurring often and why. The department has found that in Bangkok there are 6 accident black spots, as the layout of the road appears to be the cause of regular accidents. In these areas, the department has now installed crash cushions to reduce the severity of accidents because it is not possible to alter the road design. The crossroad on Chiang Rak Noi Road in front of Thammasat University is one of the risk areas. The department is currently working on the crash cushion installation. In 2008, 6 students from Thammasat University died in a severe car crash here when a car collided with an electricity pole which is located right there at the crossroad. If the driver of a vehicle misjudges the bend at this point in the road, the crash cushions will now protect the car from a severe impact. According to the research on the road safety studied by the Department of Highway, here is a 6th plate in front of Thammasat University where the department is installing the crash cushions aiming to reduce the severity of the accidents, as several fatal accidents occurred here during the previous year. Associate Professor Gunnavi Kanitpong, a highway engineer, explains that the crash cushion is one of the high-quality road safety measures popular in the US and Europe. The department has imported them from South Korea.
Actually, the crash cushion has many types. This type is kind of like what we call redirective and non-getting. So redirective, what does it mean is when the vehicle hit to the crash cushion, it can be redirected back to the traffic lane. And at the same time, if the vehicle hit to the front, this crash cushion can absorb the energy after the crash. So in that case, we can reduce the severity of the accident.
The department has already installed the crash cushions and tubular markers in 6 high-risk areas, including Chiang Rak Noi, Vipawadi, Phet Kasem, and Sinakarin Road. And the department is also planning to identify more risk areas in other provinces. Kankorn Raktham, ThaiPBS.
Thank you, Kun Kankorn. Regardless of the musical talents of pop star Lady Gaga, her controversial sexy performance has caused her concert in Jakarta, Indonesia to be cancelled as the Indonesia's hardline Islamic organization have protested against what they claim is her brazy concert. Despite 52,000 tickets already sold in 2 weeks, Lady Gaga's Jakarta concert has been cancelled by the National Police of Indonesia in response to public opposition. The Islamic Defenders Front, or FPI, rallied against the concert, calling her dangerous aiming to influence Indonesia's youth. The FPI say they would have mobilized 30,000 supporters to forcibly prevent Lady Gaga from stepping off her plane if the concert had not been cancelled. The FPI claims that Lady Gaga's sexy and indecent clothes will destroy children's sense of morality, and her style is trying to teach fans to worship devil. Meanwhile, this American pop diva, Lady Gaga, is heading for a concert in Bangkok next Friday. The Meteorological Office warns people living near waterways to be extra aware of possible flash floods throughout the week, while boats at sea along the Andaman should proceed with caution. The Met Office is now warning Thais across the country to watch out for possible flash floods until the 19th of this month. Those living near hillsides and natural waterways should remain on alert during this period. Meanwhile, waves on the Andaman Sea are around 2 meters high. Boats and ferries must be extra cautious. Even though the maximum expected temperature is now reduced to 37 degrees from around 40 a few weeks back, Thais are now being overwhelmed by the massive amount of rain covering all regions. And that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. Thank you so much for watching. Good night. สวัสดีค่ะ